What is up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? I'm doing good. I just saw that Kung Fu Panda 4 was streaming on Peacock, and my 8-year-old has been wanting to see it. So yesterday, we sat down on the couch in the air conditioning and checked it out. Now, this is directed by Mike Mitchell. Came out in 2024, earlier this year, directed by Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell has directed Shrek Forever After, the Lego Movie Part 2, Surviving Christmas. He's directed a few movies, some better than others, but he's directed some stuff. I wasn't really impressed with Kung Fu Panda 4, and I'm a big Kung Fu Panda fan, guys. I have seen all of them in the theater except for this last one. And I'm kind of glad I didn't spend theater money on it because it wasn't as good as the first three. Oh, excuse me, I had a yawn there. This one was very, I don't know, I don't want to say it felt forced, but it felt like they were just kind of reaching for something to make a story about. So we have Jack Black coming back as Poe. We have the Duck, his dad. We have his Panda dad, who's played by Bryan Cranston, I believe. Basically, there's a new villain in town. Her name is the Chameleon. She's a shapeshifter. She wants Poe's staff because it can open a gateway to the spirit realm. And even though she's a shapeshifter and she can turn into anyone, she doesn't know Kung Fu. And so she wants Poe's staff so she can open a portal to the spirit realm, go in, get all of his old nemesis, and steal their Kung Fu from him to become like the ultimate enemy. And so in our story, we follow Poe as it's time for a change. It's time for a new dragon warrior. And it's Poe's mission to find a new one. But at the same time, he doesn't want to give up being the dragon warrior. You know, he doesn't want to give up the privilege of having the spirit staff and all the amenities that come with being the dragon warrior. He doesn't want to give that up, but it is time for a change. And so this whole movie kind of explores change and how people are resistant to change, how sometimes change hurts. It's a film that is dedicated to the message of how to cope with change. And so we follow Poe through all of his adventures. We follow the Chameleon through her dastardly deeds as she steals Kung Fu from all his vanquished enemies. And the thing is, the story is about him changing and her taking things from his enemies. But then when it comes to them clashing to kind of, climax the story, if you will, to finish the story off, it feels like it was like they've never really had anything to do with each other until that point. And that's kind of what disappointed me. You know, in the first three films, we see Poe kind of have an interaction with his enemy, and then they separate, and then he comes back for kind of a final showdown. There's never any of that in this. We get a new character with Awkwafina. She's a little ninja fox. And her and Poe have more of a story going on than the actual villain of the Chameleon. And that's really what kind of threw me off about this, was the fact that it was more of a story about Poe and the supporting character than it was about, Poe and the bad guy. And the bad guy seemed like it was just an afterthought, something that they had to have in there, for the finale of the film. And to me, that just seemed forced, contrived, pretentious, if you will, because it's like, oh, people are going to watch it anyway because it's Kung Fu Panda. We don't have to have a solid story. And that just threw me off. I enjoyed the film as far as the animation. The animation, as always, was crisp and beautiful. You could see the hairs on Poe's body, individual little hairs. The animated cinematography and action choreography were fantastic. It's just that the story is where this movie suffered. And it suffered because, like I said, there was nothing that gelled it all together, that made it mesh. I mean, there was one part here, and then when they come together, it was just awkward feeling. And I didn't really like that. And so, the voice acting, good. Jack Black always does great. In fact, there was a lot of times where I was listening to the dialogue and I thought he has to be improvising that because nobody would write that, you know? So I liked his acting. I even liked Awkwafina as the sly little ninja fox. She was cool. Awkwafina's voice, like, for her being a short Asian lady, she sounds like a lady from Brooklyn that smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I mean, her voice throws me off all the time, but she was good in this. Her voice fit the character. Her voice acting fit the character. I mean, and the voice acting for all the characters are great, you know? It was just, again, that story threw me off. I didn't like the story. So, I mean, if you want to check out Kung Fu Panda, if you really want to give it a shot, if your kids want to see it, by all means, check it out. It's streaming on Peacock if you're diving into it, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to let you know that those are my issues with the film, and I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda 4 2.5 out of 5 stars because it doesn't quite earn 3. And it's not quite 2. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but it's not above average. So it gets an average score of 5. I mean, 2.5 out of 5. So that's it for Kung Fu Panda, guys. If you like my reviews, by all means, please, leave some comments. Let's start some conversations on the films in the comments section. Like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. And I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. Love you guys. Peace out and God bless. See you next time.